26 businesses selected to grow and process medical marijuana in Kentucky. Kentucky took big step toward making medical marijuana a reality in the Commonwealth. On Monday, 26 businesses were selected to grow and process the medical marijuana that will soon be for sale in Kentucky. The businesses were awarded their medical marijuana cultivation and processor licenses through a lottery held at the Kentucky Lottery in Louisville. All medical cannabis that is cultivated, processed, tested, and dispensed will be done so right here in Kentucky, said Governor Andy Beshear. Today's lottery helps ensure those medical cannabis businesses can become operational so that Kentuckians with serious medical conditions can have safe, affordable access to health care relief and choice they deserve at the soonest possible date. Beshear's message to those waiting to access medical marijuana in Kentucky is help is on the way. There is a new day coming in Kentucky, he said, on January 1st or soon as after it, as all the dispensaries and other parts of the businesses get up and running, you're going to be able to get safe medical cannabis to help you with your condition. According to Sam Flynn, the executive director of the Office of Medical Cannabis, 4,998 applicants for medical marijuana business licenses were received in Kentucky. 918 were cultivator and processor applicants, and about 84% of them were approved to be in Monday's lottery. That the lottery system is an approach that we adopted after reviewing best practices from other states that have an established medical cannabis market, said Flynn. Since day one, our primary goal was to make the application and selection process as fair and as transparent as possible. A separate license lottery for dispensaries will be announced on Thursday, according to Beshear. To qualify for a medical cannabis card starting January 1st, 2025, the holder must have a qualifying medical condition, which includes any type or form of cancer, regardless of stage, chronic, severe, intractable, or debilitating pain, epilepsy, or any other intractable seizure disorder, multiple sclerosis, muscle spasms or spasticity, chronic nausea or cyclical vomiting syndrome, and has proven restraint to or other conventional medical treatments, and post-traumatic stress disorder. That's the article. So it just ended with like the list of all the conditions, but that's great. You know, I'm really happy that Kentucky is doing this. I have some friends that live in Kentucky that have moved there with some serious medical issues, and I'm really happy to say that they will hopefully soon be able to see some relief. But the major thing is now that there's another state that has a medical program, there's reciprocity probably for other medical patients around the U.S. So if you're traveling to places like Kentucky, there might be cause for you to be able to shop there for your medicine. So if you don't have it, you can get it when you're there. That's a great story from Lex 18 from Lexington, Kentucky. This is Saman Razani signing off. What do you guys have to say about this?
Hold on, Saman. If you're visiting Kentucky, would that not be illegal?
No, I'm saying if there's reciprocity.
There's no reciprocity. Oh yeah. For medical, okay.
Yeah, medical reciprocity. It's medical marijuana. Remember, it's not adult. So if you're a medical patient, like I said, in another state holding a valid state medical card, then if you're traveling in a state where there's a medical program, if they have a reciprocity program, you can shop in a medical dispensary. Absolutely.
They had hit that here in Nevada when we first opened, but Kentucky's in definite need of something. They have the 47th worst economy in the country.
Wow.
They have the 40th worst healthcare system in the country, and only 17% of opportunity, or they're number 17 in the state of for opportunity. So I think this medical marijuana is a good step in the right direction, certainly for a state that needs an economy, some healthcare, and some opportunity for its citizens.
Definitely.
That's number 8 in crime and corrections, by the way.
It's hard to be mad at this. I think this is a feel-good article and an example of positive incrementalism.
You know, I don't mean to be negative, but I gotta keep
Here we go. He doesn't mean it. Yeah, that's okay.
Man, like, these are all feel good stories and everything, and then like fast forward 1 year later, it's all about capitalism once again.
Capitalism is king, bro. That's what it is.
You know, this is America, Rico. This is what we are about here.
That's True Leave. They'll tell you.
No, let's talk fucking reality, man. Like, what are we going to do? Like, this is a real question for everybody here, man. What can we do to sustain a consciousness around medical? Because every damn state, like, oh, this is great, you got access, blah, 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 these people get the medicine, and then it turns legal.
Yep.
And capitalism rolls in.
It's more access for the medical patients.
There's nothing about medical anymore.
Literally more access. Oh. It's all medical. However you call it.
Here's what I would say to that. Okay, we don't have single payer. We have a for-profit medical system in this country, and so cannabis that's medical will still suffer from those same dynamics. And until we have a not-for-profit single-payer healthcare system that takes profit out of it, and where healthcare doesn't represent, what is it, 20% of the GDP or some ridiculous percentage, until that changes, I think it would be unrealistic and aspirational to expect medical cannabis to be different than the rest of medicine is in this country.
Maybe it's on Trump's concept of a plan, right? He doesn't have a plan. But
Hold up on the other political shit. I'm not going to take it there. But I was really, really feeling Jenny Beth's comment earlier about, like, you know, the way that we market shit. And it's all fucked up out there. We're literally following the money because this is what American society breeds us to do, right? You know, like, is there anything that we can do to really amplify the medical message of cannabis as medicine? Like,
well, the message is turning into, gotcha, bitch. We convinced you we wanted this for medicine. We really just wanted to set up MSOs and make money, and that's sad.
I mean, look, I have to disagree. I think the purpose of making products like Hello Again, Menopausal Suppository, it was to bring medical relief to people suffering. And so it's like, if you see products like this that are not smokable, not ingestible, they're true medical products for a reason. They're purpose-made products for a real, actual cause. And
I thought the purpose of that was so that I aspired to come back as something when I get reincarnated, and you finally gave me a reason for being.
Look, if you can believe what you want to believe, you got to do good while you're here. That's all I know. And if you're a steward of this plant in any shape or form or fashion, then your goal is to, you know, really make impactful things with your hands or with your mind or whatever. I mean, that's I just got to state this. It's not like I'm doing a lot. Like, the plant and the other plants that we're incorporating is doing the work.
Here's what and I applaud you 100%. You know this, brother. I applaud you. I love what you're doing, and I love the purpose of it. But what happens when the checks stop flowing in, and you got a bunch of dudes that come in here, and they want to put these suppositories up their butt and party with them, and they want to rebrand your product? What happens? You go with the money.
You're already fucked up in the game, Rico, because the checks never started flowing, bro. That's not the purpose behind what you're doing. If you're doing something good, the checks will come. Okay, so regardless of that, it's about creating natural products, natural medicines for people with issues, and you don't have to go to a pharmacy or whatever to get this shit. You can grow all these ingredients in your backyard and formulate your own medicine. That's the reality.
And as somebody who's used not your brand, but something very similar for my PCOS, when I had like a cyst rupturing or something, like, it was insane. My pain was gone from the waist down. It was lovely, finally, to not feel like my stomach was flying out of my backbone because I had a cyst on my ovaries rupturing, right? And Rico, if you want to put them up your butt to party with them, that is between you, Diddy, and Jesus Christ. But, like, people are getting the help they need from these type of products.
Jesus is involved in that?
That's what I like to call no pause.
He's always watching, Todd. He's watching, you know.
Oh. We went from assist to Jesus.
Busy. Let
me try to assist this conversation real quick. In the 215 era, there were people who paid more. There were people who paid less, and there were people who didn't pay. And most ethical operators understood that they were going to get some cheddar, hopefully reasonable remuneration given the risk profile and the work that they put in. But there were always people who didn't pay. And I had a friend whose father was a preacher and ran a ministry, and who got cancer and went to Mexico for some treatments, and it didn't work. and they wanted to get, some Rick Simpson oil, some Phoenix tears. And I went to my friends in Santa Cruz and I said, how much? And they gave me a number. And I said, no, I don't like that number. I said, let me tell you about the patient. And I came back, they gave me a number that was 50% of the original quote. And I said, let me tell you about the patient. This is a gentleman who spent his entire life trying to bring the word of God to people. Now, whether you believe in his religion, just understand that he dedicated his life to uplifting humanity. Now what's the price? And the price went to zero, right? Mm-hmm. And so that was the mindset back then, is that, yeah, you would make some paper. You would take some chips off the table. You might charge that person something. But when there was a genuine, obvious, undisputable medical need for somebody who couldn't afford it, they never paid.
I mean, I'll just end with this, because the problem is that there's a lot of duplicitous motherfuckers in this industry. A lot of people that are the doctors, that are the PhDs, that are the people that are writing these articles, that are perpetuating and creating these alternative cannabinoid products that are fucking with people. All right. So, if you're a real, like I said, if you're a real steward of this plant and you're a real person, you're going to do things from right here. You're not going to do things with the intention of just making money, but because that's, like I said, that's the duplicity in our society. There's helpful people and there's people trying to make a profit. Okay. Right. And all I'm saying here is this: when you're dealing with patients, when you're dealing with sick people, you have to give them a real chance. And the only hope that people have is with natural medicine. And that's it.
I think we're all on the same page there. And, I just hope we come up with some better ideas and some better initiatives to really push forward. Like, this is medicine, and get that out to folks, and make sure that they're reminded of that, because truly you've taken over the world, bro. That's just the reality.
Time will tell.
Of where America's going overall, not just in our industry. It's like, you can have good intention from the beginning, but got to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. And if the other side of your product is people partying on it, like, start selling it to the party.
Research and development is expensive.
But people wanting to party with it doesn't mean that we need to forget about the fact that we have a duty to make sure that this plant is provided to people who need it. Right? I think that's the point of this article, and the articles that I read earlier is like, we need to make sure that there's a focus on access, and that we don't completely lose our heart and become these like disgusting corporate entities.
Access is key.
I agree.
You are correct.
That's right. Keeps integrity.
And put whatever you want up your butt, Rico, or in your pipe and smoke it.
We're still in Rico's butt.
But again, we have to look at the state of medicine and the way that people are treated and the way that that's a profit center in this country to recognize that medical cannabis will be limited by the medical paradigm in this country. And until we deconstruct that and go to something that includes some sort of cradle to grave safety net so that people don't go bankrupt when they get cancer, medical cannabis will always be up against this larger systemic issue in terms of how healthcare is structured. And hopefully all of you understand that and are voting accordingly next week.
I've already voted, Yarrow, but no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that we, as the operators who have those hearts and who came into this with a patient focus, have to also kind of self-police, right? So, I really make sure that we're not falling into those patterns.
It's all it is.
I really dig that DMX reference there, Yarrow, whether it was on purpose or not.
Cradle of the grave.
Cradle of the grave, baby.
Oh boy.
All I'm going to say is just keep creating out there. Everybody doing good work, just keep doing it. Just if you have the choice of to struggle or not to struggle, and you got to sell your soul to do it, keep struggling. Okay, keep struggling.
And I would say, we that actually care, we got to amplify each other's messages, got to amplify each other's initiatives to keep this shit alive, because goddamn, capitalism is strong as fuck in this nation.
Mm-hmm.
It's what this country has been accustomed to worship, unfortunately.
And speaking of capitalism, Rico, another super chat in from Troy Lawrence, who says, "Open the damn market and make America medical again."